Welcome to another RSR. Tonight I'm reviewing Toronto FC 1, CF Montreal 2 in the 2023 Canadian Championship quarterfinal. Montreal wins, Toronto crashes out of the Canadian Championship at the quarterfinal stage, and damn it if I didn't see it coming. Montreal has won their 5th straight match. They scored 2 goals in all their wins, and they did here. Toronto can't win to save their damn lives. Ain't that something? They can't win to save their damn lives, especially at home. Let me tell you something. Before I get into these goals, 2 defensive mistakes, 2 unforgivable defensive mistakes that allow Montreal to take the 2-0 lead. They get one back at the half or before the half, but guess what? It's just not enough to get one back in the second half. They have a lot of chances on net. They don't put it in, though, and they regret missing those chances. No penalties, 90 minutes, they're eliminated. Let me tell you this, though, before I get going. If Toronto wins on Saturday, but they lose this, I'm going to be pissed. I am going to be pissed. I want them to lose on Saturday as well. I'll be completely honest. Because Toronto fans be like, but that's our mortal enemy. Montreal's our mortal enemy. You know what? This is the one that mattered. And if you want to be so pissed off that you ransack Montreal in their own stadium when you had 45 minutes to do it at home, that's insulting. In a game that doesn't even matter. 9 teams make the playoffs. They don't need these 3 points. Not really. I mean, if you want to go ass over tea kettle into MLS Cup and make CCL that way, yeah, you probably do. At least a result. But let me tell you something. Showing anger and ransacking Montreal at their stadium, even though it's a 401 derby, after losing this when you had 45 minutes to show that anger and score a goal at the very least, is insulting. It is insulting that you would save it for the weekend. You had 45 minutes. What? Does 4 more days give you more time to build up that anger? You have no spine. You have no spine. You're as spineless as the Maple Leafs. Honestly, this performance was more spineless than Florida versus Toronto. And that's saying something. You have no spine. Well, the one who did have the spine got hurt the 20th minute. Goals were scored as follows. Zachary Broguillard. In the 35th minute, Sean Johnson slides into Kyoto, makes the save. He doesn't get back quick enough. Broguillard gets the rebound. He taps it in, basically into an open net in the 35th minute. 1-0 Montreal. Then 4 minutes later, Chinonso Ofor scores. Ball crossed in. Ofor doesn't really even head it in, but he gets like a touch, but it sort of flies into the net. Sean Johnson is beat. 39th minute, 2-0. Montreal has a 2-0 lead within 4 minutes of their first goal. Lorenzo Insigne, right at the 45th minute, scores. Ball crossed in by Richie Larea. Insigne taps it in. Beautiful goal. Makes it 1-2. That's what is at the half. 1-2 after 2 minutes of stoppage time. Guess what? They can't score the second half, even though they had 30 minutes of really good pressure. From 60 up until the 60th minute, they had good pressure. But guess what? They don't keep it up. They don't score on it. 1-2 is our final. Full time. Full-time stats are as follows. 10 shots to 13. 3 shots on goal to 6. 58% possession to 42% possession. 527 passes to 362. 81% pass accuracy to 73. 9 fouls to 15. 3 offside to 2. 1 yellow card to 3. 0 red cards to 0. 2 corners to 6. I'll start with Montreal for a bit. I'll give them their props before I move on. They figured things out since Vaughn. Hernan Losada has got that team running hot right now. They're on a purple patch, and they played a damn good game. They were not afraid of Toronto. They wanted to win this more. They wanted this game. They wanted to prove against a team that has all these stars, or at least the 2 big stars, that Montreal may not be a barnacle at the bottom of the league. And they started to prove that against crappy teams, but they've gotten wins. Toronto only has 2. Montreal has 4. This is their 5th all comps. Actually, no. 6 all comps. There was one before this 4-game run. Vaughn, Red Bull, Kansas City, Orlando, Toronto. Yeah, 5 in a row, 6 wins overall. Toronto only has 2. 2 wins. Montreal is playing amazingly. They played a damn good game. They wanted this, and I respect their performance. I'm not mad that Montreal beat us. As in, I'm not mad because they deserve this win. Montreal deserved to win this game. They played better. They played harder. They wanted it more. They didn't bull it. They didn't BS it. They deserved to win. And maybe that missed handballs while we didn't score a second goal. We rightfully got shut out after the first one. Maybe. Montreal deserves this win. They deserve to play Forge. I will be live for it. I will review that wearing a Forge jersey. Hopefully Forge wins this whole tournament because they're actually winners. Toronto, you are not winners. Not anymore. You have no spine. Forge are winners. Forge are winners. They faced adversity in that penalty shootout against Ottawa. They won. They found a way to win. You know what? I got an idea. We need to see the back of one Bob and get the other. By that I mean bring in Bobby Smirniotis. He's actually a good coach. You want to play offensive football? He'll get them playing offensive football. He actually has a tactic. Why not give him a shot? Montreal already wanted him, but they passed on him for Lasada. That might be dumb if we have the opportunity. But let me tell you something. I want to see the back of Bob Bradley right now. He's not a winner. He's a horrible manager who only has one tactic. Pass it to the stars. At this case, it's the Italians, but it's been the same tactic since 2018. And somehow, it worked for a good couple of years. But the last year in LA and the past 2 years here, it has not worked for the most part. Because he has no tactics. His defense, albeit better this year, is now ravaged by injuries. We play our best goalkeeper. He proceeds to become a wet sock. He proceeds to go full Freddie Anderson. Leafs fans, you'll get that one. He proceeds to go full Freddie Anderson. Can't save a damn beach ball, let alone a football. You put a hockey puck on that field, he probably wouldn't have saved that either. Sean, what the hell, man? 5 minutes was really the part that screwed us, but you were horrible in those 5 minutes. I don't know if we would have won a penalty shootout with you. You've won them before. That was my hope. We started our best goalkeeper just to lose. You know what? Tomas Romero should have got a shot. Why not? He won't play to the Gold Cup now. I bet Forge was going to be the moment. You know what? Why not give Romero a start on the weekend? I want to see what he's made of. He's a good player, but I want to see what he's made of. Listen to me. All right. Sean, horrible performance. Insigne, that was disgraceful. You're impatient? You don't show heart? I don't know if you're still pissed off that you weren't on the Scudetto winning Napoli side. You probably are. You wish you were there. I bet. I could probably put money on that. Probably put my house on it. I'd be right? Listen, Lorenzo, you've been crap. Now, I understand you went through a lot coming here that second half of 2022. You've been injured. You've had moments. But, dude, you're being paid $14 million a year. Play like it! Federico Bernardeschi does not have as big of a name as you, and he's playing like the guy who's on $14 million, and he's starting to fall. Because what can you do besides put 2 guys on him and Richie, and you close down that flank? And you have to compensate. You can't do a damn thing. But he scored a tap-in. I bet any fan in those stands could have scored a damn tap-in like that. All you got to do is push your foot out. Tap, tippy-tap, that's all. That's what Insigne did. Great cross by Larea. I'm putting that more on Richie. Pinch. Perfect. Pitch perfect cross. Pitch perfect cross from Richie Larea. I'm putting that more on him. Beautiful. And you know what? If we lose Larea, you better hope Forrest stays in the Premier League. Because if they go down to the championship, they might give him a shot. Guess what? We're up the creek without the paddle. Richie was our best player. Alonso Coello, the second guy with a spine, got hurt the 20th minute. Alonso Coello, I bet you see now, some of you Coello doubters, because I've seen it. You don't think he's good enough. I think you see it now. He's better than Bradley. He's not just some Liam Fraser regen. Alonso Coello is class. He could play for Spain at the Euros, and I wouldn't question it. Alonso Coello is a freaking diamond in the rough. He has a spine. But what? He gets hurt the 20th minute. Then stuff goes south. Then we're up the creek without the paddle. Guess where we are? Let's see here. CJ Sapong, worst performance in red. Point blank. Kobe Franklin, he looked okay. I'll give him his due. Sigurd Rosted looked better tonight. After what he did on Saturday, he was. But he looked better tonight. Aime Mabaka. Besides that first moment, I thought he was good. I thought Mabaka was good. I thought he had a great start. He'll probably start on Saturday, considering our whole center back room is freaking empty. Rosted came off with an injury. By the way, this team is rotten to the core. Not on the pitch, but you can make an argument. But the backroom staff is rotten to the core. The front office is rotten to the core. The physios, my God. We were rebuilding the club, but we forgot to work on the physios because that's the one thing we didn't touch, and it's still happening. Everybody, 10 injuries a game. 3-man, gone. 3 starters, gone. Probably somebody off the bench, too. It always happens. What are we doing? Where's Alex McKechnie? Where is he? Is he in L.A.? Hire him. Maybe he could figure something out. What are we doing? And then you got Bill Manning allowing this clown show to go on because he damn well knows if he brings down the hammer on Bradley, he's next. He's been buttering himself up and getting through walls, person by person by person. He is not getting the heat that he deserves. He should be gone too. But no, he butters himself up and gets himself through the railings and says, not my circus, gets out of it. Curtis gets thrown under the bus. Armis gets thrown under the bus. Perez gets railroaded. He was better than Bradley, by the way. I said that on the weekend. He got railroaded. Bob Bradley's probably about to get frickin' sent on a frickin' ship back to Egypt, and not a cruise ship. I mean a frickin' shipping vessel sent back by top men. And Bill Manning is still going to slide. Like, this isn't his clown show. This isn't his. It's not his fault. He won a cup. No, it's your fault. It's your fault too, Dr. Evil. It's your fault too. My boy, you need to go too. You do. You do. Because you allowed this clown show to perpetuate. You let Vanny get ran out the door. I almost forgot about that because Ali Curtis wanted his boy. His boy went and shit it up. Won a CCL tie out of the... Pulls one out of his ass. With TFC 2, no less. Loses 7 straight. They kick him out the door. Perez comes in. He does an okay job. You don't see Ali Curtis for the rest of that season. He gets told to go to MLS Next Pro. He fails upwards. Armas fails upwards to United, then leads. Javier Perez is in Spain. I don't know what he's doing. I'd call him up now because Bob Bradley, the guy you railroaded him for, can't coach a damn game to save his life. He can only win a trophy that's a freaking Malero that we basically didn't matter in the slightest. We haven't won an actual Canadian championship since 2018. That 2021 doesn't count. Yeah, we got the spot. We won the thing on penalties. We didn't even really dominate Forge, by the way, who we would have played had we won this game. We won on penalties. Penalties. Then we blow the Canadian Championship last year, the final. We come up to play this quarterfinal. What happens? Montreal beats us in our own home, our own stadium. We have no answer. They want it more. We had no anger. We got one back. The second half, we should have scored a second. We didn't. Where was the fight? Where was the spine? Where? I want to know. Where was... I love Richie, but he's the one who has to lead them here. Insigne might be wearing the armband, but I don't think he deserves it. It should have been Fetty or Larea. Larea should be leading this team saying, you damn losers. You damn losers. You better pick yourselves up and score this damn goal. Get this to penalties. You know what this means. They don't. Bradley ain't leading. That freaking assistant coach crew, I don't see their damn faces. It's like they put on freaking cloaks and hide. I don't see Stalteri. I don't see that crew, the assistant coaches. This team is a damn clown show. That's what this is. And by the way, you know what? I'll give some credit. That Kerr switch to put Jaquil back at outside back, put Kerr into the midfield, make him an extra forward. I liked it. I thought it worked for about 30 minutes, but guess what? We lost that pressure, but it worked for a while. Sadly, doesn't matter. We didn't get the goal. But I like the idea. I actually thought that was pretty good. Kobe Franklin for Jaquil. They brought Jaquil back, or for Kerr, they brought Jaquil back, put Kerr as extra forward in the midfield. I thought that was pretty good. But you know what? It didn't matter because it didn't work. No goal. They didn't score. But I thought the idea was great. I'll give them credit for that. But you know what? What pisses me off so much is we all know I have a really big feeling. I have a feeling. And I don't know why, that they're going to go into Montreal on Saturday and slap them up. Somehow, they saved it for the game that doesn't matter. Whether there's a new manager or not, but I can tell you one thing, Bob Bradley, we should see the back of him right now. He should be being tarred and feathered by the supporters. Right now, with Bill, in the middle of the pitch. That's what should be happening. And they kick him on his ass and then send him to the top men to send him back to Egypt. But no, they won't. This will continue. I want to see, as soon as this is over, or soon as this is up, I want to see Bob Bradley fired. Sacked, whatever you want to call it. I want to see that. I don't want to wait till 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning to see it. I want to see it now. Now. He's a fraud, a failure. He's been a failure since day damn one, and he still's a failure. Why? Why did he have to stay 2 extra months into this season? We knew this wasn't going to work. But no, they already fired. Red Bull already fired Struber. Fire already fired Hendrickson. Vanny's on the hot seat, LA. And you're telling me Bob Bacala's not on the hot seat? No. You can't tell me he's not. They have a plan for 2026, right? They say they have a winning plan to win again. Yeah, Bob ain't bringing you there. And hell, Bill isn't either. Let me tell you something. They ain't bringing you there. They ain't. I can tell you that. I don't know who will. Is it Marcelo Bielsa? I would love it. I love Marcelo Bielsa. I think Bielsa would bring some freaking fight into these dudes. And if they can't hang, well, they can't hang. Which, honestly, there's a couple that I think probably wouldn't be able to hang. Michael K. Io. Dio. Like, seriously, there's still deadwood in this club. We get rid of Lucas McNaughton and Jacob Schaffelberg and hell, Jaden Nelson. Jaden is playing with Rosenborg now. And you know what? He was good at the end of last season. I started to turn. I started to think, you know what? He's good in the midfield. They sell him on. He's not a wingback, but he's a good midfielder. He could have be used tonight. He could have been used tonight. No. 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 We needed Jaden tonight. We really did. We did. Bob, I am begging. I am begging. On behalf of damn near everybody, get the hell out of this club. You don't know what it means to be red. You don't know how to win. Besides, pass it to the big guns. And it's not working. And it's not working. Get out of here, Bob. Bob, you're a joke. I said it on Saturday. I'll say it again. You are the Jimbo Fisher of MLS. You have a spoiled bag of milk that says expired in 2014. What do you make us do? You make us chug it every game. Every Saturday, some midweeks, you make us chug it. And it sucks all the time. It's freaking jam at this point. It's Jell-O at this point. And you're still here. Throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks, if anything. And maybe it could have worked tonight, honestly. I'll give you that. The Kerr move, moving Jaquil back, taking out Kobe, Franklin, putting up Kerr, that could have worked. I liked the attack. It got hot for a little bit there. They should have scored. But you know what? They didn't. So did it really work? Even though there was definitely moments where it should have? Yeah. But it didn't. It didn't. Bob. So should I really give you props or should I not? You know, you are a joke, Bob Bradley. You are a meme. You are Skeletor. Well, honestly, it should be more weekend at Bobby's. You've outlived your usefulness. You have. You're not useful. You haven't been since 2018. You just cowalled everybody into thinking you were for a good while. Because of Carlos Vela. Because of Diego Rossi. And your son basically backs you up, knowing you're probably washed. I could see what happened. You're not a Nepo baby, you're a Nepo granddaddy. And Michael is just as culpable. Dude, you do not care about this club if you brought your idiotic father to coach. Your washed up father. You do not care about this club, Michael. Save it. Save it. You do not care about this club. You're a liar. You're a straight up liar. You were looking out for your daddy. And he's a damn fraud. It's on you too. And I don't think you'll be a good coach either because you brought your daddy over. Go coach at LA. Go coach at Chicago. Go coach Red Bull. Do it. I don't want you here. You're a liar. You don't care about this club. You don't. You don't. Because if you brought your daddy over, you don't care. Because even if you did care, you could probably get into his ear and say, hey, Dad, you suck, and this did not pan out the way I thought it would. Step away. It worked, or it didn't work out. I had fun, but you got to step away. That's what you could have told him at the end of last season, but you didn't. You didn't. You don't care about this club. You don't. You don't. I want Alonso to replace you whenever he gets healthy. If he gets healthy before you, I hope Alonso Coello plays every game. I hope you're stapled to the bench. Hopefully with a new manager in tow, because your daddy ain't going to do it. You've outlived your usefulness too, Michael. Yeah, you gave us some good memories. You led us through some good times, but it's not that anymore. You've single-handedly kept us in a hole now, Michael. I guess double-handedly, but you were the guy who brought it up. I don't think Bob would be here if it wasn't for you. You've basically said as much on All for One and other outside, off-the-pitch things. You've said as much. At least that's the way I took it. Michael? Nah, man. Basically, Bradley out, both of them. Bill Manning out. Give me Bielsa at the very least. Or somebody who's a Mike Leach-ish type figure, but Bielsa would fit. I think. If it has to be, you know. Insigne, you got to do better. Or just shit or get off the pot, basically. Shit or get off the pot, Lorenzo. Fetty, dude, you've had some bad games, man. You got to pick it up again. I know they're on you, like Watt on Rice, because they know they can be. Dude, you got to pick it up. You got to pick it up. Richie, I'm not mad at you. You should have led more tonight, but you know what? If that's not your job, I understand it. You were focusing on you, focusing on your job. Fair. Coello, get healthy soon, man. Get healthy, Coello. Because if you don't, we're up the creek without the paddle. You could see it tonight. Coello, you're the chosen one, Alonso. Simple as. I may buy his jersey over Lorenzo's next year. I may. Hell, I may buy a Parley, Lorenzo, and Senior kit just so I can buy a Coello kit next year. Maybe. With that being said, we need Pozuelo back. We need a player like James Ward-Prowse, maybe. One of the two. Mabaka, you played well. Sapong, not good enough today. Sean Johnson, you were caught sleeping. Rosted, you did better. Kobe Franklin, you still look pretty good. Jaquil looked pretty good. Other than that, man, I'm mad about the management. That's what I'm mad about. That's what gets me mad. It's not the players. The players, they didn't have a backbone, but at least some of them fought. Overall, I can't really be mad about the performance. It's not like we got battered 4-0. Should we have? Maybe. But I'm not mad about the performance. I'm mad about the freaking clown show in the front office. On the touch line, that's what I'm mad about. Because we're not going anywhere with that. Simple as. And you could say we have 8 other chances to get into CCL. This was the best chance. You think we're going to go ass over tea kettle into the Leagues Cup or MLS Cup? Be honest. I would love it. I would love it. Be like, hey, that's why we dropped Canadian Championship. We won Leagues Cup. That means we got to buy. Or MLS Cup. That means we get a bye. Instead of having to play the preliminary round, we did it for a freaking 4D chess move. They didn't. Hey, maybe I'd sell it that way if it happened. You know, why not? You know, make me feel better. But, you know, 9 chances to make Champions League. You're probably going to screw them all up. A team that should be in Champions League. Story of our life, right? Okay. 30 minutes. I think we had to. That was a long time coming. With that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification when subscribed. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in play. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you tomorrow for a live watch along and review of Florida Toronto at Florida, Game 4. Hopefully they could at least keep the series going to make me at least a little bit happier. With that being said, I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. Toronto, you pissed me off. Congratulations, Montreal. You deserve it. I hope Forge kicks your ass. Peace.